I think we're in here. Let's see. I believe we're in here. Zoom says it's connected, so we're going to try. See one person in there, two people in there. Probably Rochelle and Frida. Frida and Rochelle. Y'all make it to the table faster than anybody. I appreciate that. And if you can leave something in the chat, okay, Rochelle's in the chat. So the chat's working. I don't need nothing else until y'all get to talking shit. Can you hear me clearly? Am I clear? I want to make sure I'm clear. I messed with some stuff a couple of days ago right after because I heard something that I didn't quite hear. That's why I'm wearing my phones. I want to make sure everything that I'm saying is coming out. So can you hear me? Can you hear the bed in the back? Show 2, now it's down to 1. So I don't know who that other person was. Maybe they got here by mistake. It's all good. Everybody gets here by mistake. Everybody gets to the BlackWatch by mistake. So you can hear the audio underneath, Rochelle? Because I'm going to start it right now. I ain't got a whole bunch of fucking subscribers, so ain't no reason waiting for people to come into the room. This is the room. I'm sitting at about 390 now, and 391, I believe I saw. So it ain't like I'm waiting for like thousands of people and shit to come in the room. So what you see is what you get. So right now we playing a two-hand game of Tunk right now, and I'm going with high cut cards. So it is what it is. But it's Sunday, and we're gonna have Sunday service, and I'm going to say probably one or two things that might upset a couple of people, but you know what? I've made a career out of not giving a fuck. So today won't be any change in that. So hopefully you're hearing me. Hopefully you're hearing the audio. And it's just, it's all a nice blend. I just need it to be a nice blend. But I came in, today really talking about and thinking about, it's not talking about, I ain't talked about it yet. I ain't said shit. My West brothers, I'm concerned about my West brothers, I'm concerned about them, for two different reasons. I'm concerned about Kanye, the way his separation and pending divorce to Kim is being mocked some way. I think that brother is actually stronger than he is shown. I know he was rooted, right? But he lost a lot. When he lost his mama, he lost a lot. So I believe that he's got good handlers around him right now. He's got some good people around him, but he still makes a ton more money than they do. So he can probably tell them what the fuck to do and where to get on and get off. So hopefully he's got an OG with him. He needs an OG with him. And I don't know anybody. I don't want nobody in hip hop. I'm talking about somebody that's just not in the limelight that can really give Kanye some constructive advice as to what he's about to incur as a celebrity, as a uber celebrity, and what he's about to encounter with this separation and this divorce. Because this just ain't gonna be no regular divorce. Some papers ain't getting sent to the house and they getting signed and everything's over. They got a lot. They're two moguls, two brands. There's a lot of shit that they gotta hash out, statistically, with the numbers. And then before you even break it down to the children, they gonna do what they gonna do. They gonna be all right. What's up, Free? And the way I see it, I think they'll be okay individually. I just want to make sure that Kanye is going to go back. I believe this is what I believe. I believe Kanye is going to go back to his roots. I believe Kanye is going to get back to his music and, take a lot of shit out in his music. I would hope he does. I want to hear some shit. So I ain't going to lie. I'm waiting for the next Kanye project. I ain't been fucking with him in a while, but I'm waiting for the next Kanye project. With that being said, and for anybody that cares right now, Michigan State's getting that ass beat. So just to let you know, they losing. Yeah, it's over, Izzo. You can recruit all you want, motherfucker, but you ain't gonna never topple Jawan again. You know, Jawan again. You ain't gonna never do it. Okay, he ain't Jawan a man, but Jawan is the man. Go blue, motherfuckers. Go blue. So I love the fact that Kanye has not came out and did a whole bunch of stupid shit. I did not like the fact that they made a big deal about Kim being out the first night after the divorce being announced, that she was in a skin tight dress without her ring on. See, shit like that, that'll put a motherfucker through a tailspin. But personally, I don't believe that they have been connected like that for a while. So Kanye done seen everything that she could put on, skin tight, whatever. She's been out many a times without her ring on, and ain't nobody ever said shit. Now they want to make a big deal about it. So fuck it. Fuck it. Let it be what it is. Hopefully this brother is strong enough to just keep his peace, keep his silence, keep away from that fucking Kardashian house. Everything that goes into that Kardashian house turns to stone. There ain't been a man that's walked in that motherfucker and came out whole yet. Show me a man that walks in the Kardashian house and is unchanged. There is not one out there. There is not one out there. So I just want that brother to be okay. I need him to be okay. I need him to be able to be the Kanye West that we came to know and love, you know. And he got weird after he got with her and shit. He had many girlfriends and this, that, and the other. But when he got with them Kardashians, that boy changed. He changed. Hopefully he can get back to being who the fuck he is, who he really, really is, and we can go back. I can go back to listening to his records again. And then I'm concerned about his kids. You know, any black man out here with children will understand what the fuck are his kids about to go through in that goddamn Kardashian house. Because we know she gonna get physical custody of him. Unless she done did some fucked up shit and Kanye's holding that shit close to the vest and he gonna be able to get his kids, I believe she'll get physical custody of them. Kanye will have visitation. Celebrities work that shit all the way out differently. Kanye will probably be close by with a house there. I know he's off in where the fuck, Wyoming, wherever. But, you know, she's not going to move to Wyoming. Kim ain't leaving fucking California for her kids or nobody else. It got down to that point where he had a little bit of something on her. And he was like, look, the kid's coming with me. You moving to Wyoming to be closer to her? I think she would decline. I don't think she loves her kids that much. I don't think she loves her kids more than she loves being Kim Kardashian. They are a coven. The mammy sold her soul. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kris Kardashian, she did her daughters in. She put price tags on all them girls. She put them girls on the track. She put them girls on the track. You know, they all got laced with some black dick out there early. Let me just be honest. They got laced with some black dick out there early. I'm not saying they ain't been with white men, but they got laced with some black dick. I'm not talking about just any black male out here. They got sprung. They got sprung, and then they lost their fucking minds. And it happens. I get it. Black men across this planet understand. Sometimes you can't put it all in there. Just a tip. Can't put it all in there. And them Kardashian girls, I mean, you can see how they swing. Yeah, they gonna have their intermittents. I get it. But they all gonna come back to the dick. That is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, what I got right now, Kanye, I am concerned about. But who I am really concerned about is my brother, Cornel West. I am really concerned about Cornel West because Cornel West. Cornel West is a ridiculous man. He is a ridiculous man. By dollar standards, absolutely, Shell. She is the biggest pimp in the game. Bishop Magic Don Juan ain't got shit on Kris Kardashian. Kris Kardashian is a pimptress. She is a pimptress. She been out here doing it. She ain't had to wear a gaiter. She ain't had to wear a flared out motherfucking collar. She ain't had to wear shit. She do got a big ass car though. It ain't no Cadillac with a motherfucking eagle on the hood. She got a Rolls Royce. She got a private jet. Her plastic surgeon still fucked up her lips. I don't give a fuck what else she got. She got some fucked up plastic surgery. I know that. Up here trying to stay young. Trying to stay young and trying to get them black lips. Let's just be honest with it. Let's just be honest with it. When a woman gets her lips thickened up, whose lips is she trying to get? She ain't trying to get thin. If she's trying to get thick lips, she ain't trying to get lips like a white woman. She's trying to get lips like a black woman. And they all don't have some shit put in their lips. Plastic surgery. I mean, you know. They don't have a lot of stuff put on their lips. I'm talking about putting in their lips. They don't have that. Yeah. My brother, how you doing today? Welcome to Sunday service. I'm gonna really try not to be here all day. Ain't that what preachers say? I ain't gonna hold y'all here long, but we got to get it in. We got a couple things that we need to get in. It's weird. I need to bring up a live feed of me because I'm looking at the YouTube feed and it's like 10 seconds. It's like 10 seconds slower. So when I look at that shit, I feel like I'm in one of them old ass, martial arts movies and shit. They want to be black until it's time to be black. You trying to say everybody want to be a nigga till it's time to be a nigga? Is that what you trying to say? Everybody want to be a nigga till it's time to be a nigga. That's Sir Paul Mooney right there. It's true though. Don't nobody really want to be us. Motherfuckers will look like us. Motherfuckers will act like us. Motherfuckers will flat out impersonate us, imitate styles, whatever. Come over here and live with me. Nah, nigga, I'm good. Not yet. Not yet. She's so young. She's so young. Not yet. And here's the thing. Kendall is one of the whitest ones. See, Chloe and Kim, they appropriated black culture. Kendall really ain't had to. Because Kendall got a white following. Ain't Kendall the one that was the first billionaire? She was the one with the lines, and she didn't have to. A lot of her people is white. See, Kim got famous with black people. Chloe got famous with black people because they was with black men. Not that Kendall hasn't been with black men, obviously not been with black men, but I'm saying I believe her brand is mostly for white girls. I get them all mixed up and shit. And it's really not neither here nor there because I'm not talking about the Kardashians. So, and I'm past talking about Kanye, but all I know is they've made a lot of money off of just being the writers of Black Dick. Yeah, she's a model. So, yeah, Kendall Courtney, pretty white. Yeah. And then the other one, yeah. And the other two, hey, look, it is what it is. But yeah, Brother Cornel is going through some shit right now. He's one of the most magnificent brothers out ever. And I mean, to know about him, and it's sticking in my spirit right now because I just took Natty to work. I took her to work and I asked her, I had the podcast. He was, and I got some audio I want to run. He was talking to former presidential candidate Marianne Williamson about some things. They got into some deep shit. And it's all fucked up because it came off of another interview that I had just watched him in. And as I said, he's one of the most brilliant motherfuckers ever in Black America and America. This man, and I got to find out the true history of it all, but I haven't known with any type of status that anybody's brought out another Black man who has been a professor at Yale, Princeton, and Harvard. I've never known another Black man. Now, some of y'all data specialists and people that have done a little bit of work and read a few more fucking books that I have, it doesn't take that many because I ain't read that many. But, you know, there's a lot of books out there and a lot of stuff, a lot of information. It could have been other Black professors that have taught at Yale, Princeton, and Harvard, but I don't know of any, except for Mr. West. And I'm not sure exactly why he's being disrespected the way he's being disrespected right now at Harvard, but I believe, and this is just in my spirit, this is just in my spirit, because it's Sunday. And it's Sunday service. And if I'm going to have Sunday service, I got to have something in my spirit. You know, they say preachers can't preach unless it's in their spirit. So I'm going to preach today on the book of Barak. I truly believe that Dr. Cornel West is being wronged by Harvard University because of Barack Obama. Dr. Cornel West has been a tenured professor at Yale, at Princeton. And if I'm not mistaken, he's had that at Harvard. But they won't offer him tenure now. They have denied him tenure. It is a situation that baffles me because I looked up tenure. I did. I looked up tenure. And I looked up tenure, and when it said what I saw, I was like, how could they be denying Dr. West tenure based on what denied tenure means? That's a problem. So when I looked it up, it was just, to me, it was insulting. It was insulting. It was, let me look. Denied tenure. Yeah, this was just crazy. What is denied tenure? Let's just go right there. Being denied tenure is your department and university as a whole telling you that they are not happy with your research that you have conducted and that they don't think you have the potential to succeed in research. So Harvard University used to like Dr. West, but now they don't like Dr. West. Why wouldn't they like Dr. West? See, Dr. West has spoke his mind for a lot of years. Dr. West was 68, 65, something like that. So why would they not see the potential in his research? It was a problem when Barack was in office and he was at the throat of Barack. Shell, you're correct. Him and Tavis were lambasted by Black America for criticizing Barack Hussein Obama. They were criticized to the highest heights, to the deepest depths. Yes. Why are they doing that? That's the first Black president. Why are they doing that? To the point when Tavis went through his situations, you know, everybody jumped on Tavis. They piled on, even though it was some bullshit. Black people love piling on to some bullshit. See, that's the problem out in this motherfucker. We be worrying about the wrong shit and not protecting the right shit. See, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody else's podcast, and I watch damn near everybody. I support mostly motherfuckers out here just because some of the shit be interesting. Some of the stuff I glean to with information, I find out if the shit they said was factual, and I'll kick it back the BlackWatch way. Or just flat out, I enjoy hearing other motherfuckers talk other than myself. I know a lot of people think I just love hearing myself talk. No, I love hearing other motherfuckers talk. I learn from other motherfuckers. But to date, February 28, 2021, 3:09 p.m. Eastern time, I haven't heard nobody talk about Dr. West. I ain't heard nobody stick up for Dr. West. So I might be the first motherfucker out here sticking up for Dr. West. About to go viral in this bitch with 390 subscribers. We're about to go viral. Shell, you aren't the only one. Shit, I'm just getting to that point. You know that. I've been off it for a minute, but I still find old clothing that has little butter biscuit crumbs in it. You know, when I was on that Barack train, it was a train to destruction. Because we went somewhere. It wasn't that it was a train to nowhere. No, we went somewhere when Barack was president. Oh, yes. Black America went somewhere. And I ate the butter biscuits. Yes. Split them in half. Buttered both sides. Put them back together. Put that honey right down the middle. Let it just, boy, butter biscuits. Barack's butter biscuits. Might be an idea there, Shell. So, seeing what I've seen, hearing what I've heard, I have a problem that nobody else in Black intelligentsia, Black academia, Black politics ain't brought this shit up yet. See, it's just little old big me out here. I ain't got no platform like Roland Martin got. Hell, I ain't got a platform like Tariq Nasheed's got. I ain't got a platform like Professor Black Truth's got. I ain't got a platform like Boyce Watkins got. I ain't got a platform like Yvette Carnell's got. I ain't got a platform like Antonio Moore's got. Shouldn't they be talking about this shit? I mean, those are the motherfuckers with the big platforms out here, and they getting that money on YouTube. They're considered YouTubers. I'm just a motherfucker who's banned for 30 days on Facebook on both accounts and ain't left a post on one in 2 years. Who am I? I ain't be got no weapon. Telling you, man, I don't believe that you were at fault for eating the butter biscuits. I mean, what else? What was we supposed to do at that time? We weren't supposed to eat the butter biscuits. It was the first Black president. He gonna do right by us. He the first one to get in there. He gonna do right by us. We wasn't supposed to believe in that shit. Come on, man. So you do know that Barack Obama obviously went to Harvard. And he has looked at Harvard. There might be a statue one day of Barack at Harvard if they ain't already put one up there. I mean, shit. He went to Harvard and then became president of the United States. I think there's been some other Harvard graduates that have become president, I believe, but they weren't Black, or they weren't blackened, light skin, kinky hair, Kenyan, and Hawaiian. So she wasn't Hawaiian. She was American. She white. That's right. She white. Jay just lived in Hawaii. That's right. That's right. Yeah, she wasn't one of them pretty motherfuckers. His mama wasn't one of them pretty motherfuckers from Hawaii. She's just a white woman. You know. They should have been talking about this. Absolutely, they should have been talking about this. All of them should have been talking about it. But the motherfuckers want to talk about other shit, and I get it. Everybody's got a platform to cater to whoever. I got a platform to cater to black people. That's why it's the BlackWatch. Because I'm a black man, and I watch shit, and I let my Bluetooth speakers time out and shit. Well, it is what it is. We get to go in one way, and we just not there yet. Okay, so we connected again. But I want to talk a little bit about the brother. The brother is being denied tenure at Harvard University after he's had tenure, after he's had tenure at Yale, after he's had tenure at Princeton. And I'm going to find out if there's ever been another black man who's been a tenured professor at Yale, Princeton, and Harvard. If there has been, I don't know why we don't talk about him more, but hopefully if Cornel West is the first one or one of maybe two or three, why isn't this being talked about more? Because I know it's not a common thing for a black man to be a motherfucking professor, and it ain't a common thing for a black man to be a professor at Yale, Princeton, and Harvard. So why isn't anybody talking about protecting this brother? Right now, some fuck shit is going on at Harvard University. I believe Howard University is, as Dr. West says, baractified. Yeah, I think they've been baractified. Yeah. I don't know who that fourth person is there. I know we had Third James, we had Free, Euro. I don't know who that fourth person in here, but I appreciate you, goddammit. I appreciate you sitting in here with us in Sunday service. This is a small congregation. We never really get into the big mega church-like situation. We like it small. We like to keep it close. Just take up the first few rows of the pews. We don't sit in them. We lay down because we got our devices. So you might have a laptop and you got this and you got that. We lay down in that shit, put our feet up and everything. We do everything here different in the BlackWatch Sunday service. So whoever that fourth person is, I appreciate it. She was from Kansas. Dorothy? You talking about Dorothy? Who was from Kansas? Oh, Barack Obama's mama was from Kansas? Oh, she was as white as you can get. You from Kansas, god damn. Yeah. No wonder he's so light, because his daddy was a Kenyan. They pander to the mess and to the money. Yeah. I take it you're talking about Harvard when you say they. Or you be talking about white people. I don't know. You be talking about black people like, yeah. That's an open comment. That's an open-ended comment. I don't know how to take that. But what I want to do is I want to get into some of the things that Dr. West said during his interview with Marianne Williamson, still one of the realest reals. I mean, she was a white woman and got up full-throated and talked about reparations as a presidential candidate. You talking about a motherfucker who's trying not to fucking get thrown off the stage early. I mean, shit. She talked about reparations a lot, to the point where everybody else had to start talking about reparations until she got knocked out the box, and then they talked about it less. And then Joe became the candidate and they talk about it no more. And now they're talking about HR 40. But Marianne Williamson should have been lauded for her efforts by Black America and supported her in her mission to become president of the United States in talking about reparations full-throated. She talked about reparations like black people should talk about reparations. And she white. Y'all niggas something else. Won't even talk about reparations. Y'all want to talk about it. What was it about to do about this HR 40? Fuck us up. HR 40 is not reparations. And right now, HR 40 is a study that they're allowing judiciary hearings to happen with Burgess Owens, Herschel Walker, and Larry Elder as panelists. You think we're going to get something with them three motherfuckers in front? Those are the three people who talked the most in the first judiciary hearing. And then you had two motherfuckers from N-Cobra and Black immigrant. You had an N-Cobra motherfucker from Chicago, and then you had a Black immigrant talking about the UN. Talking about we're in the middle of the decade. How are we in the middle of the decade? Bitch, it's one. It's 21. She says we're in the middle of the decade. I got the shit, and I need to know what she was talking about, because I think they got different calendars and shit in different parts of the world. But she says, yeah, we in the middle of the decade. I'm like, bitch, we in one. Even if you round up, you're going to go to two. We're not in the middle of shit. We're in the middle of your babble that you're talking. in this judiciary hearing for reparations for descendants of slavery, even though you're talking about it for some international motherfuckers, even though in Cobra's talking about it for some international motherfuckers. And then you got 3 clown ass motherfuckers up here telling black people that they don't need their shit, up here telling white people that they don't need their shit. And just because them motherfuckers got 2 nickels to rub together and they've made it across, they're going to make sure that they oversee that we don't get there. All of them, Tariq, all of them. You know what? The nigga's making out with his old goon juice. I got to give it to him. You know, I've seen his movies. I fuck with his movies. I fuck with that. I fuck with the black intelligence. Yeah, I fuck with the black academia. I fuck with it in all forms, as long as it's not about no fuckery. But goddamn it, when we put more on the old goon juice than just getting a dose, it's a big difference, but it's all good. If that brother's making out and he's not hurting nobody, I'm good with it. I don't think he's actually hurting anybody with what he's doing. I think it kind of clouds the judgment of some folks, but I don't think he's really hurting anybody. So it's kind of what I got to say about that. But yeah, Dr. West had an interview with Marianne Williamson and they talked about some shit, and the shit was real fucking deep to me. It was deep. Dr. West is always deep. Motherfucker's got, he's got verbals. He's got verbals that I aspire, that I'll never have. The way he can connect the motherfucking words and shit, I just love it. I love to hear him talk. Gets off on a fucking rant, much like I do sometimes, nowhere near his level. And then he brings the shit back in, he reins it back in. I just love the way he speaks. So I got some shit I want to talk about, and then we'll talk about it a little bit after what we hear. But shit, let's just, because we got motherfuckers out here who really want to do the right thing, who really want to be about this black politics, who really want to be about black movement, restorative justice. And we got a lot of young motherfuckers, but they're being misled. They're being misled down those certain paths of more of a showmanship shit than really putting in some work. So I want to talk a little bit after he says how we're still great. We still got shit popping. We just weak right now. Okay, let me go ahead and stop Dilla. Stop Dilla. And then we get into this real quick. Should come right up.
And that is a sign of hope, but we got to acknowledge now we're living in a deep moment of spiritual decay and moral decrepitude, and it cuts across color, cuts across class, cuts across gender, cuts across sexual orientation, cuts across nations even. But the American empire, in its particular moment now, its decline and decay, we have to be able to both tell the truth, but in telling the truth, we have to tease out the best. There's still the best in the American experiment. You see that the legacies of Emerson and Whitman and Melville, the legacies of the Louis Armstrongs and the Stephen Sondheims and the Emily Dickinsons and others, it's not dead. It's just weak. It's just feeble.
And that dichotomy has also always been with us. The greatness of the ideals, the greatness of the thinkers, the greatness of the artists, the greatness of politicians has always been, and in every generation reiterates that struggle between forces of greed, forces of racism, forces of sadism, forces of empire that are our mortal wounds, which takes us to the issue of race.
We're going to get to that in a second. We're going to get to that in a second. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. You know, I got a little issue right now with Brother Dyson, but I can't take away his credentials. I can't take away the mouthpiece. His mouthpiece is deep. I love the brother. I love any brother that can connect their motherfucking words. Shit. I love it. I believe in it. I believe you can communicate with a motherfucker when your shit is clear, not always concise, but it's directed towards some shit. And sometimes you need that punch in the chest. You need that punch in the chest with the words. And the way they put their words together, be like, bow, bow, bow. And before long, you just listen and you love them. And I love them brothers, man. Both of them, Mr. West, Dr. West, and Michael Eric Dyson. He might be a doctor too. I don't know. Yeah, but I've got a little bit of problem with Brother Dyson. Some shit he said about how black people need to be looking at Brother Biden. No, we can't fuck with you like that until you clear all that up, bro. And ain't nobody had him on their show to clear all that shit up that he said. Maybe I can get him on the BlackWatch. Maybe I can get him on the BlackWatch and be like, bro, what did you mean when you said this? And we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, true wordsmiths. Hell, Tavis is a wordsmith. Tavis just don't let it fly. But Tavis, when Tavis needs to put his words together, whew, it's like Jesus used to put them birds together. Yep. So Dr. West said basically, we still got what we need out here. We still got what we need. We just a little weak right now. And I think we weak with a lot of leadership. You know, I think some of these, and when we're talking about politics, we got a lot of weak Black politicians out here that are not doing shit for us. And if they're up in 22, they need to be out in 22. That's the way I see it right now. There is no other way for us. As Black Americans, we need to understand we're about to get fucked up out here. Anywhere in the next 10 years to the next 23 years, 22 years, we are done as a faction of people. If we're not restored, if we're not repaired, if the necessary things don't come forth for Black Americans, we are done. And it'll be third world for us out here. And it'll be a really fucked up country because Black people have got enough inside on this country to where even if we get fucked up out here in 10 years, we'll know enough. We'll have enough under our belt to do some really fucked up shit to this country. I'm just telling you. Here, you got to look at this. All that shit that they just did with the stimulus packages and all that shit and all those accesses to unemployment and all that shit. Do you remember all the people that were fucking scamming out here and had shit going, had shit popping? Motherfuckers was buying jewelry, cars, houses, all kinds of shit illegally, fucking up the government, fucking up all kinds of shit. Don't you think that those people can multiply by thousands if you tell us basically you're not going to do anything for us, you're not going to give us any tangible resources, and fuck you, and we're just going to continue to elevate immigrants? Okay. That's all Black people going to be able to do is say, okay, what power do we have? We had a Black president who did nothing for us. We're never going to have another one. Don't worry about it. And then what you've got now is you've got the people who come for our vote. They're now working against us. And that's why they're trying to fill it in with other people, with immigrants and shit like that. See, they try to fill it in and get rid of the Black vote so we don't need it. So we're just here. Now we have no political push. We do have a political push. We don't use it, but we have no political push. We don't matter in the political process. And then we're fucking done. Back to fucking servitude. Possibly enslavement. That's why they are fearful of what we could do. Absolutely. Come on now. You don't make a people whole who made you whole. White America is not stupid. See, they're just ignorant. They're not stupid. They're just ignorant. Black people made this fucking country. Black people have been the wheels of this vehicle. You know, a vehicle don't run without no wheels on it. We've been the wheels of this country. We were at one time the actual engine. Then we became the wheels. Once we built the motherfucker, then we became the wheels. The most important thing you got is the engine, and then you got to have good wheels. At that point, we weren't concerned with who was driving the vehicle. We didn't want to drive the vehicle, like control where we go. If we drove the vehicle, we was listening to somebody else tell us where the fuck to go. See, we've never been the drivers of our own vehicles from beginning to end. So giving us that capability to be able to drive our own vehicles, we're not saying we're going to drive your vehicles, because I've said it from the get. If Black Americans get full schedule reparations and all the bills and the things and that have been passed the right way, it won't be like, okay, we don't need y'all no more. We still got to fuck with the dominant society. But I'd like to fuck with the dominant society on my own terms, not just out of necessity. I don't want to have to go asking every time I want to fuck with the dominant society. It feels good every now and then you can tell and not have to ask. It's a big difference between always having to ask and never being able to tell. Fuck with me on this. Come on now, it's Sunday service. You know there's a big difference from you having to always ask or ask, depends on what part of the country you're in, or if you can tell a motherfucker what you gonna do. I either gotta ask him, can I do it? Or I'm gonna tell the motherfucker what I can do. We don't get those opportunities as Black men, women, children. We are often put in a space where we have to do all we can do. It is what it is. And that's why things have gotten weak out here, because there are no more Malcolms, there are no more Martins, there are no more Medgars, there are no more people like that. Bobby's still here, but Huey's gone. Bobby's not obviously active like that. And I talked about, you know, the ones that they killed off before 40. They killed them off before they became so-called full men, because they said you get to 40, that's when you like fully mature and shit. They cut a lot of brothers down before they were 40. Not that they weren't thorough motherfuckers before they were 40, but they know there's something in the science about cutting people down before they're 40. They never reached their full physical and mental maturity. And the last thing you want those motherfuckers being is fully mature. Medgar, Martin, Malcolm, Huey, all before they were 40. All of them. And so many other ones in between. The shit was deep. How they sawed Black people down like fucking trees, and it just, whatever they were on, that shit fell. Where Medgar was, Martin had to pick it back up. Where Martin was, truthfully, we never had anybody to pick it up. Malcolm came in as a Muslim and a segregationist to becoming well-rounded and not believing in segregation. Huey was a Black Panther, never believed in segregation, believed in separation, believed in being their power, their own power. And they believed in them kids. The Black Panthers got really, really big, believing in them kids. Not that Martin and Malcolm and Medgar didn't believe in kids, but the Panthers started all those breakfast programs and all those youth programs that have been fucking grifted by the government to make them seem like they did it. See, that was in Black politicians that got in fucking place and used the Panthers fucking blueprint to make agendas around here like they started some shit. The Panthers started all that shit. And we ain't had nobody like the Panthers since then. But the washing our way is coming. Just listen for it. The washing our way. I'm just putting it out there. I'm going to start hashtagging that shit. The washing our way. Yeah, it's coming. Ray is making a turkey tenderloin. Has anybody ever heard of turkey tenderloin? I never heard of it. I cracked on her. I don't know exactly what it is. I think she might have sent me a picture. Turkey breast tenderloin. See how she talks about me? call me a motherfucker. I'm on the air. Yep, I just got that from my cousin, Free. I'm gonna check that out about Mayor Wheeler. Heal up. My brother Carl Jackson's in the hospital. Had a shoulder surgery, I believe. And heal up, brother. Catching text. You know, I try to recite in real time, apply in real time. So yeah, and fucking Schwann's goddamn spammers. Nigga, you don't even come till next week, and you already hit me with your advertisements. Our shit is Friday, and he hit me on Sunday. Gotta respect the salesmanship though. There it is, Free. There it is. Washington way. Y'all know what the United way is. Well, fuck all that. That ain't us. The Washington way. We coming. Black men. White men. It's going to be men. You stand up to pee, you're going to be a part of this, okay? You know, but we all have the same mind state. See, it ain't about what the fucking color of our skin's going to be. It's going to be right in here, the spirit. You'll be with the spirit. And them motherfuckers better be down front for Sunday service. They're going to be like deacons. They're going to be like deacons. They better be down front every Sunday. They're going to have to be, because I'm going to make the washing our way as a part of Sunday service. I got some shit planned. So we want to go to the next. Well, I want to go to the next. Ain't like we, and this is fucking 3 of us in this bit. So if y'all here, y'all want to go there too. Turkey ribs and tenderloins, it's a thing. I obviously know. I just got called a motherfucker about it. So obviously it is a thing. So Dr. West talked about a lot of things, man. And you know, Dr. West is all about love. You know, he's all about love. And when he starts talking about love is just not no superficial shit. He gets in the depths of it. And because it's Sunday service, I wanted to talk about spirituality. And Dr. West had a little some about spirituality. So I'm going to kick that on Sunday service on the BlackWatch. And the way he puts shit, it just grabs me. This wordsmithing motherfucker, it just grabs me. So it might not grab you the same, but it grabbed me.
And that is a sign of hope.
Oops, wrong one. I did all that build up and shit and then hit the wrong motherfucking clip. Here we go.
Benchmarks of spirituality, the real fruits, not the foliage, the fruits of spirituality are what? Humility, tenacity, maturity, fallibility, openness, and that's where the arts come in. See, because no matter how professionalized the arts are, you can professionalize jazz all you want. And some of them want it because they need money. You can get money by means of professional credentializing and so forth. But the poets and the musicians, they know that if they don't have what you're talking about, they don't have that fire, that unapprehended inspiration that Shelley talks about at the end, right? That sense of acknowledging you got a calling that's never reducible to your career. You got a vocation not reducible to your profession. You got something inside of you that's not reducible to your job. Then you've got the raw stuff for the social movements that we saw in the 60s that we associate with Martin King and Fannie Lou Hammond, Dorothy Day, and Heschel, and so on. Does that make sense, though, Marissa?
Of course. And my question to you is, do you feel that we can create that today?
Oh, absolutely. Well, we got a young generation so hungry for it.
Yeah, I think so too.
They're so tired of the fakes and phonies and frauds. They're so tired of the simulacra and the semblances, of people acting, posing, posturing. And they're more and more just hungry for the real thing.
He'd be putting shit together. And you'd be like, where is he going? Where's he going? Oh, that's where he is. I said, he is here. That is Dr. West. He puts the shit together like there's never going to be another person like Dr. West. Like there'll never be another person like, Michael Eric Dyson. There'll never be another person like Richard Pryor. There'll never be a Richard Pryor. There's never going to be anybody funnier than Richard Pryor. You might have someone who's just flat out hilarious, but there's never going to be anybody that's more humorous than Richard Pryor. He created that brand of comedy. So nobody can best him. There's not going to be anybody better than Richard Pryor at what Richard Pryor did. So I hate when they try to compare Dave Chappelle to Richard Pryor. It's not the same. Chris Rock to Richard Pryor. It's not the same. Eddie Murphy to Richard Pryor. It's not the same. They weren't the same, and they didn't have to come up with the same shit that Richard Pryor did to become who he became. Keeps kicking me out. Am I not live anymore? Am I not on? There's only a couple of us in here. My YouTube says I'm working. I mean, not my YouTube. My YouTube says I'm going still. And Zoom says I'm going still. No more Richards? Oh, yeah. I just said Richard Pryor, yeah. And you said Richards. I was like, Richard Pryor. Got you. I got you. No, absolutely not. Not even close. And they need to stop the comparisons with anybody. Nobody. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Shell, did you move around? You on the move? But yeah, there's just not a situation that anybody will compare. So when he talks, the way he talks, he's like, it's just the bottom line is some shit that we need to do. We got everything. We got all the ingredients. We just need to do the shit from the inside. And that has to go to the political structures too. You know, you hear Biden always talking about, you don't want to work across the aisle and this, that, the other. Motherfucker, they don't want to work with you. Why do you need to work across the aisle when you got the majority and you got the power and you can pull all these fucking levers? Pull them. That's what got you elected. Pull the levers. Oh no, you want to be kumbaya with motherfuckers who didn't want to be kumbaya with you? While Trump was in office, Republicans weren't trying to be kumbaya with Democrats, but as soon as Biden gets in office, he wants to be kumbaya with Republicans because they're all friends off camera. Some are Republicans, some are Democrats. They're all buddies. So they're never, ever, ever going to make each other too mad. They'll never, ever, 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 ever be that upset with one another. And they'll never, ever, ever stop white supremacy. White supremacy is not a bipartisan thing. It is not. Them motherfuckers are all together. There's not two different types of white supremacists. White supremacy is white supremacy. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you're a white supremacist, hey, red, blue, fuck you. I don't care. So Dr. West right now is being denied tenure by Harvard University. These uppity ass motherfuckers won't give this incredible, this legendary professor tenure at their piece of shit college. And he's got over 100 job offers out there. But he wants to stay in the Northeast. He wants to stay where he's been. He wants to stay where he's acclimated. He wants to stay where he's accustomed to. But he's getting every fucking offer from HBCUs to other white schools. And he's just not willing to pull the trigger just like that because it's more than just a job. It's where that job is. It's where that job's been. Dr. West at Harvard gives me motherfucking hope for my grandson. Teaching at Harvard as a 60-some-odd-year-old man after being at Yale, after being at Princeton. He deserves tenure. See, I don't know all the politics, but I don't give a fuck because he hasn't did anything that deserves him not getting the respect of being a tenured professor at Harvard University. But I believe Harvard University has been Baracktified. Baracktified is going to fuck this country up because Joe Biden is Baracktified. That's why he's got all of Barack's goddamn staff in his cabinet. He just got a bunch of Barack retreads in his cabinet. And the new motherfuckers he inserted in there, yeah, okay. He done put motherfuckers to work that wouldn't have got on nobody's presidential fucking cabinet. He putting them in there. He's filling all the motherfucking ethnic backgrounds. Did we get a Hindu? Yeah. Did we get a Latino? Yeah. Did we get an Asian? Yeah. Okay. We got a gay person? Oh, yeah. Okay. Transfer? Well, we got them all? Oh, shit. We about to be thorough in this bitch. Biden's campaign looks like a fucking yearbook. It does. And I'm not saying that that's all wrong, but it doesn't even look like a real yearbook. Because like a real yearbook is a whole bunch of white people, then there's an Asian, and there's a Hindu. You'll see them, but sometimes you go all pages, be all white people. And say if you're in a black school, you go all pages, be all, and you see a white person and a Latino and a Hindu, okay? But the way Biden's cabinet looks, it looks like the way this country is it's just one of everybody around this bitch. And it's just not. It's just not. I mean, black people still, what, 14% of the population? Who the rest? You say white people about 60s? In the 60s, 70 maybe? That's 84. So the 16. Who that 16 is a whole bunch of old white people. Maybe the white people is dwindling now. I don't know the true demographics. I don't know if they dipped in it from the 60s. I think they dipped into the 60s, though. I think they have declined into the 60s. I don't believe they hold 70% of this country anymore. I don't believe so. So passion don't mean shit free. His investment of his intellect and his spirit don't mean shit free. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about a man who has the credentials that he has at this stage to give him tenure. They would rather deny him tenure. And see, there's some weird shit happening because if we hear about Dr. Cornel West suing Harvard University, it's going to be really fucked up because it could happen. They have no real reason as to why they're not giving him tenure. Right now, they have no real reason other than the fact they may have been Baracktified. Barackification is a motherfucker. See, you got to understand, you got a lot of motherfuckers that went to Harvard. And like I said, there's probably been a president or two that went to Harvard and he became president. But none of them were black like Barack. And Barack's not really that black, but he's blacker than everybody else that went. So, you know, he's the first black president. You know, I got to go into technicality, the literal shit. I got, you know. So Dr. West got into that, talking about spirituality. But if I'm going to watch something, if I'm going to be a part of something, if I'm going to hear something, you know, eventually I got to get it around to us exclusively. Because spirituality got a lot to do with us. Absolutely. And politics has a lot to do with us, no doubt. Civil rights and all that stuff, we're still deep in it. Even though they just giving up civil rights to whatever group it is. It's not just civil rights anymore. You got black civil rights, you got Hispanic civil rights, and you got gay civil rights. Everybody got civil rights. Oprah just up here passing out civil rights. You get a civil rights. You get a civil rights. You get a civil rights. Motherfucker. You can be an illegal immigrant and have civil rights. You can be an illegal immigrant that's a homosexual and have civil rights in this bitch. An illegal immigrant, homosexual, got the same rights that I got because my great aunt, my great uncle, my great grandfather got beaten, brutalized, raped, killed before they had civil rights. And they fought for them rights. They died for them rights. But you get to have them just because you Latino and gay. Or maybe a gay Latino. I'm not saying people don't deserve civil rights, but I thought civil rights were already intact. I'm not sure exactly why we've got to white out shit and put somebody else's faction in there. You know, they say the squeaky wheel gets the grease. That squeaky wheel ain't even got to be a goddamn American citizen. The illegal squeaky wheel can get the grease. Ain't this a bitch? Okay. So yeah, if I'm gonna be a part of some shit, I'm gonna have to hear about restorative justice. I'm gonna have to hear about reparations. And they didn't get so deep into it, but since the interview was with Marianne Williamson, I knew they was gonna get around to reparations. And in Dr. West's style, in his own unique way, he talked about it. Because he talked about it, he was exclusive. You know, Dr. West fucked with Yvette Cornel and Antonio Moore, you know, because he went to the ADOS convention, but so did Marianne Williamson, the only presidential candidate who went. And I'm not trying to give the hashtag no fucking pub on this bitch. Not that they'll ever see it or ever care. I don't give a fuck. But the hashtag ADOS movement had a conference and Marianne Williamson was there and Dr. West was there. But no other black politicals were there. No other fucking presidential candidates were there. Now he can't get tenure and she got booted off the motherfucking political train. How come Biden didn't give her a job? How come Biden didn't have Marianne Williamson head up HR 40? So she could tell him that HR 40 was a vegan burger, no meat. Now he went and got Sheila Jackson Lee, who ain't got no entitlement to fucking reparations for chattel slavery. So he went and got somebody who has no skin in the game. She just got a big braid. She got a big braid. So here is them talking about not so much reparations, but repair.
One of the things that seems to me about Donald Trump is that he didn't just cause a wound to America, he revealed so many of the wounds, the underlying wounds of America. And one of the things that I've heard you talk about is how there will not be unity without repentance. And my question lies in how America, it seems to me, Germany has paid $89 billion to Jewish organizations. That doesn't mean the Holocaust didn't happen, but I think that those reparations have gone far towards establishing an emotional and psychological reconciliation between Germany and the Jews of Europe that would not have happened otherwise. So it seems to me the question now is how we move from I think we have enough Americans who are no longer in denial about the racism that is infused into our functioning. I think we have reached the point where enough people see it now. What are your thoughts about how we move the conversation now from recognition to genuine repentance? And once again, because repentance is a spiritual movement within the heart, you can't have the political healing we need without that movement within the heart. We now have recognition. We need to move to repentance and then real restitution and reparations. Where do you see that going? How do you see it happening?
Mm-hmm. Well, one, I do want to salute you being the only presidential candidate to hit reparations head on. I remember your powerful presentation there in October at Louisville from Sister Yvette, Cornel, and Brother Antonio Moore. You remember Brother Tone?
I do. I saw you there.
Hitting that head on. It took a lot of courage to do that because reparations is a taboo issue. You know what I mean? It's almost like the Israeli occupation when it comes to foreign policy. Nobody wants to touch it. You say, no, we're going to hold on to our morality. We're going to hold on to our spirituality and talk about any issue in the world across the board and try not to fall into any of the xenophobic pits that's there. But, you know, I think in some ways it goes back to the blues question of Beethoven. You know, Beethoven used to say, every morning I get up and look unflinchingly at the grimness and darkness of the world and still muster the courage to love the truth, to love beauty. And you say a nation has to do that. You see, can we look unflinchingly at what we did to indigenous peoples? Well, you see, in a minute, neoliberals want to say, well, we know race is our original sin. Slavery is our original sin. No, slavery wasn't the original one. It was indigenous peoples. Don't exclude them, because you want to look at America just as a democracy with a deficit rather than an empire that took over land and people. So slavery was the second sin. So already, love the truth. You got to love the truth. Beethoven loved that truth in that music. He put his whole soul there. Very painful, very difficult. It's going to be very painful for America to look unflinchingly. And you said the same thing at the church there, St. Stephen, with our dear brother, Reverend Crosby. You got to look unflinchingly at the history. Who have we been at a nation? At our best, at our worst. At our best, here comes Elijah Lovejoy. There's Lydia Maria Child. There's John Brown. These are white brothers and sisters doing what? Telling the truth about white supremacy, giving their lives. Then you got the black side. Or you got a whole lot of like on the black side doing the same thing. But it's a moral, spiritual issue. Here comes Jim Crow thereafter. But the first thing is coming to terms with indigenous peoples. Genocidal effects, dispossession of land, American enterprise before it was a country, a corporation before it was a nation. That's not anti-American. That's the truth about America. But the best of America is we got a whole host of fellow citizens of different colors and genders who tell the truth about that America and still hold on to our common humanity, hold on to our humane relations with one another. So yes, you have to acknowledge, then you have to, as you say, repent in the terms of acknowledge what has been done and where one has gone wrong without being trashed, without being disempowered, but acknowledge that grimness and then see how do you move forward in terms of some kind of repairing of the wrong. And reparations is just one particular way of repairing the wrong. It could be financial forms, it could be cultural forms, educational forms, a lot of different ways, but you have to acknowledge some kind of damage has been done, some kind of repair must be put forward.
So that was a little long. So, you know, but if y'all in here with me this deep, y'all writers, so I'm good. So unpacking what he just said, because he didn't really get deep into statistics and talk about, you know, dollar amounts and this and that and what type of programs. It all boils down to the same thing. The acknowledgement of what has happened over the last 400 plus years. And that's what's not happening. You know, I mean, right now they're talking about HR 40 and a reparations type bill that would deal with slavery reparations, but they don't seem like they want to talk about what happened after slavery. I mean, we want to talk about the effects and how we lost what we lost during those times But nobody seems to want to talk about after those times, as if slavery happened and there's been this big gap, and now we're here to talk about what happened in slavery. No, we got to talk about everything involved. And that's why HR 40 right now is a vegan burger. No meat. So to put some meat in it, and I know that might gross some of y'all vegans out, it might gross some of y'all, vegetarians out, but we're not talking about, it could be your kind of meat. Okay, it could be your kind of meat. Right now, it ain't got nothing in it. It's a jam sandwich. It's 2 pieces of bread or whatever you make a sandwich with, but it ain't got nothing. It ain't got no tofu to ground chuck to ribeye steak. It ain't got nothing. Whatever you eat in a sandwich, okay? We're gonna encompass everybody. This is all inclusive now. I'm not all about this inclusion shit. You deserve to be here, motherfucker. You here. You don't deserve to be here. You're not here. But we're gonna put everybody's shit in it. So you might have tofu chicken. I might have real chicken. Your chicken is no different than my chicken. We putting meat. That's your meat. That's my meat. But right now, the HR 40 bill is no meat. It has no meat. And he's speaking of those types of situations where, before we get into talking about the repair and the checks and this and that, we've got to have some acknowledgement. And having these judiciary hearings, unless they change ridiculously from that first one, they don't need to even have any more of those. Because if you're going to put anti-reparationists on the panel and give them the floor more than anybody else has it, then you're going to put reparationists for non-descendants of chattel slavery on the floor before anybody else. Now, you don't need to add them motherfuckers. You got one who says we don't deserve it, and one who says everybody deserves it. You put them together, what are we going to get? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So where I'm at now, listening to Dr. West, I've listened, I think, 3 or 4 of his podcasts today. I believe he's being wronged because of a specific situation or situations. And I hope it comes out. I hope it comes out that there's been some people that are just so pro-Barack that they have been at the center of his denied tenure. I want it to come out. I want some Barack cheerleaders like a motherfucker right now to be the reason that he is not getting tenure so they can cook their motherfucking ass. Okay? Huh? They'll make me dig Gregory in this bitch. Huh? I don't believe anybody will ever surpass him unless they just become some type of revival professor. But as a black man, to be a tenure professor at Yale, Princeton, and Harvard, I don't know of any other ones. There might be. I don't do all the data that way. I find out shit to be facts. I'm just spitting this. I'm spitting it because I ain't learning from nobody else. I ain't learning from none of these other scholars out here with huge platforms who could be talking about this shit, but instead they're talking about that dumb shit. No names. So we need to protect our brother, Dr. West. I'm going to get some phone numbers and I'm going to put them on my post for Harvard University. And the 12, 13 motherfuckers is going to see this video will know Harvard University is full of shit. And I'll put it out there, goddammit, that this may have something to do with the criticisms of the 44th president of the United States. I'll put it out there. I won't say his name. I'll just say the 44th president of the United States and let people go look it up for themselves. If y'all can't count back that far, then you don't even need to be watching my video. Why you here, bitch? Get your dumb ass out of here. Much love to all the golfers today that wore red to honor Tiger Woods. I know a lot of y'all got differences with Tiger Woods, this, that. The motherfucker's up in the hospital, goddamn. His body's in a sling. Okay? He's still a black man. Still need to support him getting healthy. I don't give a fuck about whether he ever plays golf again or not. He's done enough in the world of golf where he don't need to swing another fucking club for competition ever again. But I do need that brother to get back right so he can be a father again to his kids the way he needs to be. All the other shit I don't give a fuck about. But a lot of them wore red. You know, Tiger wears red on Sunday and shit. And a lot of them wore red in honor of Tiger today. I thought that shit was beautiful. And I'm sure it's going to happen again. But it just lets you know how many of those motherfuckers really respect Tiger. They wouldn't be golfing. Most of them wouldn't even be golfing had it not been for Tiger. You know. Absolutely not have been golfers, let alone achieve the status that they've achieved, because Tiger put marketing and golf in the same bowl, and they got to mixing. They saw dollar signs with Tiger like they saw with Michael Jordan. Hell, Tiger and Michael Jordan were together earlier in his career. They played golf together. They were corporate buddies. They became real buddies. And they both are at the top of the sport that they've played. That ain't no coincidence, motherfucker. So it is what it is, man. I appreciate anybody that's going to see this video, you know, hanging out. I ain't had Dilla on there for a minute. Might as well pump him up. We going out soon, but not before I found some shit out. I don't believe this whole thing about Black Lives Matter and they made 90 million last year. Seeing that it's already been talked about how they've made 10 billion in the last 7. So I don't know why 90 million number just not quite right with me, but it is what it is. But I'm on some different shit. You know, because they got that fuck shit going on locally and shit where they talking about fucking painting murals and shit. This is some dumb shit to me. More symbolism shit that ain't gonna bring about no motherfucking real change, whatever. It ain't gonna bring about shit. It's gonna make motherfuckers feel good for about 30 seconds till a car rolls over that shit. If it's gonna be in the street, I thought it was gonna be on the side of a building. Either way, put the shit on the building, put it on the street. Let me see it actually make some change. It's not going to make no change around here. So if it ain't going to make no change, why are you doing it? Why are you motherfuckers doing it? Why are you doing shit that's not going to affect change? Why? Sound like Kansas City Mac. You want to know why his books wasn't right? He said, why? Y'all motherfuckers don't understand some of the shit I be coming up with out of my head because of my memory with movie lines. Y'all probably don't even know who Kansas City Mac is. It is what it is. And don't go looking it up on Google and shit and putting it in the comments like you know. You ain't saying it right now. If you hear it, you ain't saying it right now. You don't. It's all good. So yeah, this fucking mural shit in the street, on the buildings. It doesn't matter where you paint that shit. We know Black Lives Matter. And we're just about to know it some more over on the south side of Ypsilanti. See, they didn't let you put that shit on the fucking north side of Ypsilanti where the white folk live. They don't want that shit in their street. That shit out of here. They just basically told you, get that shit the fuck out of here. We don't want that in our neighborhood. Keep that shit on the south side of Michigan Ave. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Y'all changing shit out there. Y'all changing shit. Yeah, you're changing the one-way sign to Black Lives Matter. That's all you're changing. You about to fuck up the whole lanes and shit. Have everybody running into each other and shit because they trying to read your sign as they're going by. Okay. Got it. And nationally, see, I'm on this different kind of shit, you know, because Black Lives Matter is not only getting money, Black Lives Matter, the company. The colored people are getting a lot of money too. The NAACP got like $100 million last year, they said, for Black Lives Matter causes, mostly for legal defense funds. Isn't that strange that they would get $100 million for legal defense funds, but Breonna Taylor's boyfriend had to get money from Tyler Perry to pay his lawyers? I'm just saying what I see. Ain't that what the police want to do? That's what they want me to do, right? If I see something, then I say something. The NAACP, them colored people, got $100 million donated to them by various corporations for their legal fund. But Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, I believe his name is, needed Tyler Perry to help him pay his legal fees. Where the money at, Cletus? You know, Reverend Cletus at the NAACP does the deposits, and we gotta get a hold on this. Did Reverend Cletus do away with $100 million to the point where he couldn't help Kenneth Walker with his legal fees for protecting Breonna Taylor when them race soldiers busted in and murdered her? We want to know. I want to know. I don't know about y'all, but I know I want to know. Where the money at, motherfucker? See, if I donated money to the NAACP and shit, I'd be in that bitch like, where the money at, motherfucker? How y'all get $100 million and you couldn't give him $250,000 for his legal fees? I want to know. See, the NAACP been around so motherfucking long as the old Negro organization for change that don't change shit. They just take change from all y'all coloreds, all y'all African Americans, all y'all Negroes. Or they take them white dollars too. They take money from white bigoted people like Kid Rock. I know Kid Rock ain't racist. He ain't a bigot because he got a black drummer. Whatever the fuck. Motherfuckers used to tell me that, man, he got black band members. He ain't racist. Okay. Slave masters weren't racist either. They had all black people working for them and shit. Yeah, okay. Motherfuckers say some stupid shit out here. Shit, he got black people in his band. He ain't racist. That motherfucker got people that work for him in his band. He ain't working for nobody black. Shit, you don't know what he is. Stupid ass. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they done fucked up the church. You know what? I don't think they fucked up the church's money. We didn't say they fucked up the church's money. The money is somewhere safe. It's just not helping black lives. See, that's when I got a problem with it. I don't give a fuck how much money you get. Just make sure who you get it for, it affects change for them. If you get money for black lives, make sure it goes and helps some black people. Besides yourself. It is what it is. I know how y'all get down. I know how y'all get down. So yeah, man. Murals and coffers I mean, motherfuckers been donating. Have you seen like anybody on the grassroots level say they caught some bread from the NAACP because they got in trouble and they helped them out with the legal fund? Or, you know, with Black Lives Matter, man, they bailed me out of jail. Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody that's been in a sling and BLM got him out and NAACP got him out? Do you know anybody? If you do, fuck with me, man. Find some people. I know it's only a few people that's going to see this video, but ask some people. And you know, does NAACP help people for, you know, legal funds and shit? Find out. All this money's been going to the NAACP legal fund. What the fuck they need a legal fund for when you got Ben Crump? Shit. You got Ben Crump and Lee Merritt taking all the cases. What the fuck NAACP need a legal fund for? Those motherfuckers taking cases on contingencies and getting settlements and shit before criminal convictions and criminal charges are even fucking made. They taking deposits. We'll take that. What about the criminal case? Don't worry about that. We'll take the check now. Breonna Taylor's mama got money before the charges came out. Well, before the charges didn't come out because they didn't get charged. Yeah. She took bread. But then Kenneth Walker needed money for his legal fees. And he couldn't get no bread from Breonna's mama. Now, she might have not got her whole check. I get it. They might still be working on that, working on all the particulars. But, you know, Ben fronted her some money because he's collecting bread off that, too. She only going to get about 8 because Ben get 33% of that. She took him on contingency. You know, she didn't pay that nigga. So he gonna get that. How come he didn't give Kenneth Walker the money for his legal fees? The reason you getting your $4 million is the same reason why he needs $250,000. Ben, I ain't gonna call you Uncle Ben, but I know that Ben could have gave Kenneth Walker that money. But what's there to gain there? He already got his check. This is about him getting paid. He got Breonna's mama paid. Now he getting paid. He got to make sure no other lawyers getting paid. Kenneth didn't retain him, but Ben's not that kind of lawyer anyway. It would have been a bad case. Ben only comes around when somebody die. Kenneth's still alive. He's no good to Ben. Now, if Kenneth gets killed out here, Ben will go right to Kenneth's family and say, I can get y'all some money. You just got to trust me and nod when I talk at the podium. I'll get you some money. Nod, nigga. Nod. So, yeah, man. They want to keep doing this symbolism shit out here with this BLM shit. I'm going to keep talking about this shit. This is some dumb ass shit. I don't give a fuck far and wide. Let me see some more murals go across the country. I don't give a fuck. BLM, NAACP, legal funds, or whatever. If y'all on some fuck shit with that Black Lives Matter shit, I'm at your throat, nigga. No throat, no R in this bitch. Throat. I'm at your throat, bitch. Because you're just exploiting black people. That's all you're doing is exploiting us. Appreciate you, Free. Appreciate you, Ro. Third, James. Whoever that fourth person that dropped in here. These Sunday services got to get more normalized so I can billboard and let people know. So instead of getting 4 in here, we can get at least 2 spades gang going, get 8 people in this bitch. You know, we ain't looking for a lot around here. But that link I dropped, that's that Cornel West interview. It talks about him not getting that tenure. So check that shit out. I don't be usually putting the links in there, you know, but today I had like a little thought. I was like, why don't we just work? I want to see if it comes up. And it came up. So check out that shit too. I'm going to get on up out of here, man. I got some shit I got to do. I got to get back home, get to my granddaughter. You know, she been fucking up today. Yeah, she did some fucking up. So I got to get here and grab her in her collar. grab her 19-month-old collar. A good stare down does her some good for me. You know, I ain't really got to do nothing. I just hold her up and just stare at her. Yeah. Or just do a standoff. She stands in the middle of the floor. I'm sitting down and I just look at her. She better understand it's grandpa. We got a big game? All right. Well, as long as we got enough people for a big game, I need to learn. I need to be on somebody's team that's really good player so they can teach me because I don't know how to play that shit. I might start playing online just to see if I can learn it. So I can have the basis down when somebody does really want to play like real time. Appreciate the hashtags. Appreciate all the billboarding. Appreciate y'all sharing these on Facebook. I got to go check see how many days I got left. Somebody asked me today, how many, where am I at? Where the fuck I am? I'm getting texts now, inboxes and shit. What the fuck you at? And I'm like, I'm on a ban and shit, man. And then they banned me on my other account. I was going to be sneaky for a quick minute, drop some videos and shit in there. Not really leave posts, not really raise no shit. They blocked me on that bitch too. I ain't left a post on that motherfucker since 19. They still play like, nigga, nah, nigga. Nah, nigga. You're not going to get over here wrecking havoc too. So it is what it is, man. I'm on this bitch till I'm on this bitch. But I'm going to stay on YouTube, man. We're gonna grow with YouTube. And I appreciate y'all pushing the messages out there. I'll get back online, and I got to get some shit started this week with the audio. Should bring some more subscribers to YouTube. But, we continue to push. I want this shit to be all on Real to Real Media by motherfucking June. Fuck sharing them through YouTube. YouTube is the vehicle. YouTube is the vessel now, but it's not to be on YouTube. And they'll probably cut me off right after this, but it's not to be on YouTube. It's to be independent of YouTube. We like to use YouTube as a vessel, as a vehicle. I don't need them controlling all my shit. I want my royalties, and I don't want to die every time, we get our royalties, we die, or try to get our royalties, we die. I don't want to be like, I only got 300 and some subscribers, but I want to own all my material, all my intellectual property. See, there go my page right now. You giving Facebook the finger. Don't they own YouTube? I don't know. Maybe they don't. They own Instagram, I think. Instagram probably about to block me too. Once they find out, like, oh, it's the same person, the same guy. Get him. Community guidelines. You fucked up, bro. So yeah, I'm gonna get on out of here. Y'all be good. Be safe. Y'all down in them warm temperatures and shit. We still looking at snow up here, so it is what it is. Y'all know what it's like. Y'all was from this way. But yeah, man. I had to talk about my West brothers today. Talk about some more goddamn BLM symbolism. Where the money at, motherfuckers? They said they brought in 90 million. That means they brought in twice that much. That's just all they telling us. And the NAACP done brought in $100 million for their legal fund, but they ain't giving up no motherfucking legal money to Kenneth Walker. Right. That's my best Dr. Evil. Y'all be good out here. I'll holler at you. One love.